Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how I've produced the drop or possibly chorus terminology of the song Hot by Kenzie Ziegler. So it goes a little bit something like this. Just because you're hot. Just because you're hot. So that part comes in right after a flowy, softer kind of chorus with a soaring, very melodic type of melody. So, and that's kind of like the concept here. It's just tension and release, something very soft and pretty and legato, dropping into something quite percussive. So I'll just go through the stems here. This is like my stem session. So all the effects, everything is printed down, but I can kind of tell you guys what I did. So I think the first thing I'll show you is the vocal package here. There's a lot more stuff going on than you would actually imagine. So I'm gonna solo all of this is vocals. Welcome to my life. So, and I'll play you guys what's going on here.
Just because Just because
So then we have this, I just call it like an UG part. It's just this bit doing this. So, and the way that was created, I've printed out the vocals, but I'll show you guys the synth that I've used on it. It's called Vocal Synth. It's actually really fantastic. It's usually used for like vocoders effects, you know, like the song, the middle, kind of how the voice sounds on the chorus. This is the type of thing that's used to create those background vocals underneath the chorus. But it also can be used for these like computerized kind of effects on the vocals. And then it's got a lot of just these like kind of stabs underneath right here. So, and that's pure vocoder as well, so vocal synth. Definitely doubling the word hot as well with like octave down. And then another important thing about these types of parts is effects in them. I have this kind of little hey going on. It's very, very subtle. You're not gonna hear it, but it just kind of emphasizes that beat right after the chorus drops. So, and I have a couple little impacts as well, like this one. So that's just like a little bit of the static that's just because that thing, that's what that is. It's just the guitar static, you know, right before like an electric kicks in. I just took that and like really up the volume of that, and that's what that is. And then I have just like these little like kind of effects, like noise little things really. So what is this? I'm like curious, I don't remember anymore. Okay. So I did not play any guitars on this song, so it's just all like guitar like stabs that I took from Splice and just cut up to follow the chord, the bass line of the song basically. And then also we've got this sort of 808 thing going on. Not even an 808 really, it's just like a very low end buzz. I do have an 808 as well, which is this. But yeah, with this buzz thing, it just adds that like very tense kind of feel to the production. And then I have a, oh yeah, 2 octaves up as well. I think it's 2, no, it's actually 1 octave. What am I saying? But that one is just like to add some of the higher end buzz, because you can hear I've EQ'd out all the bottom on this one, so it's just for the top end to cut through. And then we still have the same clap from the verse. It's a flamenco clap, you know how it's just kind of like, you can't really do it, but like it's a very hollow, very small, and very individual and live sounding clap. So that's how that was created. You know, just really subtle. It's in there. And we've got, you know, your usual kicks and snares and stuff. The kick drum is doing this pattern. I enjoy using several kicks for different hits, and a very important thing that I do in almost every track that I produce is add a kick top. So it's really just like a click. You know, when you have a part with a lot going on like this, it's nice for your kick to cut through. And sometimes if you have a very thumpy kick with not a lot of high end on the EQ spectrum, it's good to add something like that to it. So then we have a snare. That's several snares layered in, as you can even see the difference between first hit and second hit. I'm going to turn up my speakers. Do you hear that rattle? It's like a little tambourine rattle because that was layered in as well. I've printed this down, but I'm pretty sure this was like 5 different samples put together. So, and then I even have also, to emphasize the kick, I have a bit of a stomp. It's just like a little kind of organic-y. And then I have even like the smacky thing. So a lot of times with drums, building them up, it's just playing with the EQ spectrum. You know, if you have a low end thump, you're like, how do I make that stand out more? Let's say on beat 1 or beat 4 or whatever you're doing. Oh, let's layer it in with something that has more mid range, something that has more high end. So it's just really understanding kind of like what a human ear can hear and how to play with that and create different sensibilities with what you're using. So, and then I also have some hi-hats going as well. You know, those are created by using, I believe this was one sample. I'm trying to remember. But a lot of it is, as you can even see right here, I'm gonna zoom in. Do you see how all of the different hits are different volumes? And some of them are different pitch as well. You know how it goes up in pitch, and that's very, very important for hats. I've said this a lot in other videos too, but for drums, like hats, it's very important to have dynamic, because if it's just one, let's say this just repeated, if it was doing all of these hits but it was just this one beat, it would not sound as dynamic or as like reminiscent of a live drummer, really, because that's kind of like what we're trying to create. Even in something completely electronic like this, you want it to have a bit of an organic feel. You want to feel like, oh, a person could have played that, you know, because it has variation in volume. But anyway, that's kind of how I like to approach the hat specifically. So, and I also have this little thing underneath. It's a sample from Splice. It just feels like a little bit of a kind of a, almost like a castanet. I just call it a tiny hat because it's so small and it's so tiny under there. But that also is the part in the bridge. Like if you really listen, it's in there and it's hidden, and it just adds a little bit of something organic to it. And yeah, I don't see any 808 clap here. There's a big clap right here. That just really helps emphasize as well the drop of the chorus, or drop, or whatever you want to call it. And the thing about this drop that is kind of cool is that it drops on B2. So this is what we have.
Just because
So it's like, just because you want hot right there. So it's actually 1.5. So, and it creates that like delayed release effect, which I think is really cool. So, and we've got this crash to emphasize that. So it actually sweeps down. So creates a little bit of a, almost like, is it a noise? Is it a crash? Do we know? But it's distorted and it feels cool. And we've got just like a little piece of a crash. It was very important for me to cut it off. So it has that stark quality of like, bam, out. So it's not just like hanging over the track like, you know, a natural crash would do. So, and that's basically what is in this drop. It doesn't really vary much throughout the song. There's a couple little things in like drop 1, drop 2, drop 3, but it's basically this. So hope you guys enjoyed this. See you later.